Suppose we have a question that if sin x equals to 3 over 5 and theta lies in second quadrant, find other 5 trigonometric ratios. You would have encountered this question in class 10 also, where you were given sin x 3 over 5 and you have to find out the rest 5 trigonometric ratios. But here the case is a bit different. Here we are talking about when the theta lies in second quadrant also. Now what are the things which are noteworthy here? Let's focus on them. As we know, if sin x is equals to 3 over 5, then this implies perpendicular is 3x and hypotenuse is 5x. Or because we are using, let's make it theta. If sin theta is 3 over 5, then p is equals to 3x and h equals to 5x. But here, while discussing sin x and cos x in quadrants of unit circle, you know what is the basic convention here? While discussing sin theta and cos theta in quadrants of unit circle, the basic convention, our convention was hypotenuse is equals to 1 unit. Okay, so writing it in this way is somewhat wrong, you may say. What's wrong in this? Means writing hypotenuse as 1 unit, writing hypotenuse as 5x, it's a bit different. Now this is as per our class 10 concept. Now how should we blend it with our new concept? Because we cannot keep changing the things. So the blending can be done like this. Say sin x equals to 3 over 5, which is p upon h as per our old concept, but in here I'm writing it's 3 over 5 and upon 1, which is equals to p over h. Just blending it so that I can have h equals to 1. So p is this and h is equals to 1. Sorted. Okay, now our p is this and h is 1. Here, sin x 3 over 5 means either we can do it like this, or as per our old concept, p equals to 3x, h is equals to 5x. Now 5x is 1 unit. So 1x is 1/5 unit and 3x is 3/5. That's why p is 3/5 units. Means either we can see it like this or like that. Okay. Now we can sort it out easily. How to solve this question. Okay. So here, now you have been given sin x equals to 3 over 5. So basically you should follow this procedure only, or you can do that also, but that's simple in steps. Now how to find out cos x? By this formula. Okay, we know sin square x cos square x equals 1, cos square x 1 minus sin square x. And this now there are two positives. Square is 16 over 25, so square root can be positive 4 over 5 and minus 4 over 5, because the square of both is this. Now as the x is in second quadrant, so cos x is negative in second and third quadrant. In first and fourth it is positive. So as x is in, or theta or whatever, as it is in second quadrant, so our cos theta is minus 4 over 5. Similarly, we can find out the rest 4 trigonometric ratios. What you all have to do, you just have to keep in mind the sign conventions used for second quadrant for each trigonometric ratio. Like after sin and cos, 10. So 10x. 10x, as we are talking about the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, sin is positive and the cos is negative, so tan is gonna be negative. Let's see the value of tan now, and that will automatically come even because the cos is negative and the sin is positive. 3 over 5th divided by minus 4 over 5th, so this you will get minus 3 over 4. Then your next cosec x is gonna be reciprocal of sin x, so cosec x is plus 5 over 3. As sin is positive in second quadrant, so the cosec will also be positive, so it's gonna be 5 over 3. Then comes sec, as cos is negative in second quadrant and so is sec will be minus 5 over 4, and cot is gonna be reverse of this, minus 4 over 3. Okay, I'm not bounding you in these steps. Okay, once you have sin x, you can find out the other 5 trigonometric ratios as per your wish, as per your means whatever method you want to follow, you can follow that. Okay, but just try to blend with this hypotenuse unity concept. Okay, you may try it like this way also. Perpendicular is this, hypotenuse is 1 unit, perpendicular is this. So you can find out, you can use Pythagoras. H square equals to p square plus b square. Okay, and this is 1 square. Okay, and your p square is actually 9 over 25, and this is your b square. Whatever method you adopt, your answer is gonna be same. Means this is a question given to you, you just have to blend it with your present concept of quadrants and unit circle. And I also know that many of you were able to do it without the video illustration also. This whole video is just to focus on the step. Okay, and means you, whenever any sum is given to you, and you are doing it as per your concepts, you wanna proceed it with as per your logic. So just be focused where to give the reasons, where it is important to give reasons. Okay, every new proceeding of yours, if it is entirely new, it should be supported by the statement. Now next question, suppose you have cos 1935 degrees. Suppose you have to find out this. Okay, you all can find out this. One of our quiz was all about it only, and you all scored in that. Okay, just presenting it to tell you the steps for this. Cos 1935. Okay, first of all you have to see what's the main thing here. By looking at the angle, you have to find out the position of this, means the concerned quadrant of this degree. Okay, and how can we find it out? By splitting it into multiple of pi or 2 pi. Okay, as I showed you, that's easy way out to approach it. So as it is in degrees, so in terms of 180 or 360. As it is too big, let's do it in terms of 360. And when we divide 1935 by 360, just want to see how many complete angles are there in this. It comes 5 full, and it comes 135 over 360. Means 5 rotations full, and the next rotation is not complete. It's still for 135 degrees only. Okay, that means after 5 rotations, these are 5 full rotations, 360. So 1 rotation, 2 rotation, 3rd, 4th, 5th. This is 135 more. That means this is the location of the point in the second quadrant. Okay, and how much is this angle? Is 135. That means this angle is 45 degrees. Okay, so we have to find out cos of this point, means cos of this. Okay, now how to write it? So whatever we did here, we just have to write that. We cannot miss any step. Okay, in that way we won't be justifying our proceedings. So whatever we are doing there, we have to write it here. Let's see how to write it. So 1935, as we did it as a multi, so it's actually 360 into 5. That is our rough work, and from there we get to know that 1935 can be written as 360 into 5 plus 135 degrees. And what's your next step is gonna be? This is gonna be, it's a 5 full round, and this is 135. Here we got to know, okay, here we got to know that we are in the second quadrant. Coming over to 135 degree after 5 rounds is same as staying on 135. Okay, means what's the cos value of this point? You know, it's x coordinate and it's y coordinate. Its x coordinate is the cos value and its y coordinate is the sine value. Okay, so the cos value of this is 135, who means if we come after 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 7 rounds, this value won't change. Okay, so we can say cos of 135 degree after taking 5 rounds, actually this is equals to cos of 135 degrees only. Now how to find out cos of 135 degrees? Okay, Now here we can see, point to be noted here is that cos of 135 degrees means the x coordinate of this point. 135 degree is just as we discussed earlier, it's just a way out to reach the point. 135 degree, why do we use angle greater than 90 degree? Just to locate the points on the circumference till 360 degrees, no? That's why trigonometry went beyond your 90 degrees. Okay, so 135 degrees just to reach here. Okay, 135 degrees just to reach here. Now cos of 135 degree means cos of this point. 135 degree means point. This angle is associated with P. So cos of 135 degree means cos of this point. Cos of this point means x coordinate of this point. No, it's not b over h now because h is unity. No, otherwise cos used to be b over h, but h is unity. That means the cos of this point is this only. Okay, this. And how can we find out this? By using this right angle triangle. Okay, but we can apply to know if we know this. No, so how the steps should be now. So now the steps should be cos of 135 degree. That means we are in the second quadrant. So first thing, second quadrant, it's gonna be negative. Okay, so we decided whether this point is in the crest or the trough. So here we got to know whether the crest or the trough. So this is trough, and how much is the disturbance? Disturbance value is this much, because we are representing it by cos function, this much. How to find out this? This can be found out by cos of, what angle is this? Because this is 135 degrees, so this is pi minus 135, you can say. Now from here to here there's no much difference. We just think the things like that and we wrote them like that. And then this also, there is no much difference because there is a simple logic. After 5 rounds reaching 135, after 2 rounds reaching 35, or not a complete round, just on 135, there is no difference between them. The values will remain the same. So this is equals to this. There is no much difference. But now from moving this to this, here we are using our concept. What is the concept? That cos of 135 degree means we have to find out the cos component of a point which is located at 135 degree. Okay, so first thing, it's gonna be negative because it's in the second quadrant, and so this is the 135 told us it's gonna be negative because 135 told us it is in the second quadrant. So we used 135 to write down minus, and we used 135 to find out the magnitude. So 135 is used for find out the magnitude and the direction both. So not the direction but the magnitude and the direction. Sorry. So this is this, and this is for the direction, and this is for the magnitude. Cos pi minus 135 is actually gonna be 45 degrees. Okay, or you can write 180 also here, and this is minus 1 over root 2. This is how you can calculate cos 1935 degree equals to this. Let's take one more example, which is cos of 47 pi over 6. Now it is in radians. Okay, now how do we locate? First we have to locate the quadrant, because once we need some value so that we can locate the quadrant. Once we locate the quadrant, we just have to decide our sign and the magnitude. So for that I need to make this an improper fraction. So this is 6 sevens are 42 and 5 47 over 6 pi. So what does this mean? Okay, 7 and 5 6 pi, that means 7 pi plus 5 pi over 6. Now 7 pi, 7, it's not the complete round. Here we took 360 degree, here it is only pi round. Okay, so we have to see. Okay, when we take 1 pi round, because it's positive, so we reach here. So this is 0 round, this is 1 round. When we take 2 pi rounds, we reach here. Okay, when we take 3 pi, we reach here. When we take 4 pi, we reach here. So whenever they are even, we reach here. When they are odd pi's, we reach here. So this is odd pi. That means we are here. No? Now we are here. And then, so we can say, see, in your books the steps are not so, but you can simplify them. The 7 pi plus 5 pi by 6 is same as cos pi plus 5 pi by 6. Why 7 pi? We wrote as pi because this is an odd, that means pi. If it would be 8 pi, then I wouldn't have, I would have written 2 pi, or normally even 0 I would have written. Here I can write 3 pi also. Okay. Now, so cos 7 pi plus 5 by 6 is same as cos pi plus 5 pi by 6, which is same as, okay, cos pi plus 5 pi by 6. So here we are moving towards from pi to more in the anti-clockwise direction, and by what angle? 5 pi by 6. Pi by 6, quickly, if we quickly recall, this is 30. 180 over 6, 30. 35 is 150. So 150 degrees. From pi, we are moving 150 degrees. That means where we reach? We have reached somewhere here, and this angle is now, because this angle is 150, so this is your 30. Okay, that means what can we write here? Where did we reach? Pi plus 5 pi by 6. We have actually reached the fourth quadrant. And cos means x component, no? And sine is the y component. So cos is positive in first quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. Okay, so what can we write? That means, now by looking at this, we decided our sine, means whether it is in crest or trough. Okay, the next thing is magnitude. How will we calculate the magnitude? Okay, magnitude will be calculated by you can write like this is magnitude cos of, we can write pi by 6 here. Now here I have written very direct step. You can introduce some steps here. Okay, the moment you get to know that this angle is enough to tell me what is the direction, what is the magnitude, then you can decide to write the step directly, or you may introduce some steps here. Okay, now this is positive, and cos pi by 6. Okay, pi by 6, cos 30. Cos 30 is your root 3 over 2. So that's gonna be your answer.